If you're looking for advice on how to write and present a wedding speech, you're in the right place. This video will prepare you to create an outline so you can crush your upcoming moment in the spotlight. As someone who was chosen to speak on behalf of their friend or loved one's wedding day, let's make them proud of their choice. It is an honor and a duty to give a speech. You have the room's attention, albeit for a short amount of time, so tell your story how you want it to be told. If you've ever heard the phrase, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel, that is directly applicable to this speech. In the end, the audience will only recall if it was either lackluster or if it was great. Let's make it great. I have this blue triangle illustration on the screen to help you understand the three major components of a speech. We'll start at the bottom, and that has to do with the writing of the speech, and that's sincerity or heartfelt emotion and humor. Now, when you write, it's up to you as to how much of each you'd like to use. For my purposes, I like to start out with humor right away, get the audience going, laughing, having fun. That gets them engaged. And then I like to slowly simmer down into some heartfelt emotion towards the end of the speech. But that's my style. It's up to you how you want to do it yourself, but that is something that's worked for me. And then at the top, we have this audience engagement. That's the presentation, which we will get to further down the line. But we're starting with the writing. Use your best judgment if you want this to be a roast or not. That is completely dependent on the person who you're talking about, if you think they can handle it, and if you think they'd enjoy it. The chances are you've had a lot of experiences with this person, so you have a ton of fodder if you'd like to use it. If you don't want to go that route, that's completely fine as well. Inside jokes are a no-no. We want to focus on broad topics that as many people as possible will understand and relate to, because that's how we engage the audience. Chances are you'll know multiple months ahead of time that you're giving this speech, so what you want to do is start brainstorming well before the date. A lot of times what would happen with me is that I would, whether I'm driving a car or in the shower, I'd have these ideas that would pop up, just fragments even. I'd write them down, and then over time I would expand upon those, and that would become my actual outline. When presenting your speech, it is paramount that you show eye contact. The delivery of your speech will make all the difference. People in the audience will think that you're just talking off the cuff, which you're clearly not because you've prepared, and it is infinitely better than someone who's face down on their phone the whole time, not showing any contact, no one's engaged, and you can barely understand them. So I have a trick. So what we're going to do is write down all of our notes, the entire script, before we even go out there. It's all ready to go. And what we do is we fold it like this, and we put it in our jacket pocket. Hopefully you will not need it. If you don't need it, no one will be any the wiser. They'll think that you were just off the cuff the whole time. If you do need it, this is your lifeline. In the worst case, if you get stage fright or something were to happen to you, it's there. But hopefully you will never need to use it. It's hard to believe, but if you've actually prepared enough,
we talking about practice.
When it's time to speak, your body will go on autopilot and the words will just come out. And you will have those butterflies before you speak. That's totally natural. It's happened to me every single time I've spoken. That's part of the experience. For the timing of your speech, I would say if you want to go on the short end, I'd be 1:30 to 2 minutes. If you want to go on the longer end of stories, I would go up to 7 minutes. That's completely up to you and your brand and how you want to talk. The entire crowd is your audience, not just the bride and groom. Uncle Jerry is waiting for the cocktail bar to open so he can get his next drink. Little Jimmy has his face down on his phone looking at live sports updates. You need to captivate those people, if not just for a few moments, get their attention and give them some laughs. If you do not care, it will show and you'll promptly bomb.
It's not that I'm lazy, it's that I just don't care.
Lastly, remember, people go to a wedding to have fun, so step up to the plate and act accordingly. Thanks for listening.